Hi folks, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV. And as we enter 2019, I'd like to offer a personal message to you, the viewers, and perhaps offer a personal message to some of the political hacks who watch some of our videos sometimes. So first, to you, the viewer, I really hope that you don't let the political hacks ruin Netflix's runaway hit Bird Box. It's a new film that's out there and it's getting a lot of people talking. And for those people who are the political hacks out there, I know the guy who wrote this book. Could you please, just once for 2019, take a vow that you'll give us one break, just once, and let us enjoy entertainment without trying to shoehorn your political agenda into everything? Greetings, folks. I'm really pleased I get the opportunity to talk to you about this. And I also get the opportunity, perhaps, to talk to some of the political hacks. First of all, you, the viewers out there, I want to mention to you that you might have heard about this film called Bird Box, which is on Netflix, and it's causing a big sensation because everybody is fascinated by the story. Well, the film stars Sandra Bullock, who, by the way, fronted some of her own money on this to become one of the producers. And it also stars John Malkovich, a number of other great actors, and offers music, which is partially done by Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. It's a real solid production. And in this story, people are finding it fascinating because it takes place in a near-future dystopia where Sandra Bullock plays a woman trying to raise her two kids in a strange environment where if anyone looks outside, there is something out there. And if you see it, it will make you go insane in a very dark and violent way. Now, this is really gotten to people. In fact, it utilizes one of the great pieces of advice that horror writers will tell to other horror writers, or horror filmmakers will tell to other horror filmmakers, which is, don't show the monster too much, right? Well, in this case, you literally can't look at the monster because it will make you go crazy and die. What a great idea. And hats off to Josh Malerman, who wrote the original novel. And I would highly recommend that if you're curious about this, get that novel, because it is a really good novel. And it's not just because I have been in touch with Josh or I'm acquainted with Josh or anything like that. It's just a great novel. I read the novel before I met Josh. It's really good. So, part of the problem, however, is that the monster is invisible. You can't see it. You literally can't look at it. And this has opened the door to postmodernists who want to infuse it with their political agenda to read anything they want into it. So, for example, TheRoot.com commentator Michael Harriot decided that he knew exactly what the monster was, and he said, yeah, you got it. It was white supremacy, aka racism. Let's see what he had to say. Quote, when I started watching Bird Box, I was pulling for the invisible monster because I immediately recognized that the movie was a parable about white America's willingness to ignore white supremacy. End quote. Really? Come on. Really? Now look, I have to offer a little bit of a pullback on this because it's possible that Mr. Harriot is just being sarcastic and ironic and he's just trying to pull people's strings. But underneath this, there's a really nasty vibe. I don't dig it. And in fact, all I have to say is that I could go off into some missive about this argument of white supremacy or this argument of white privilege or anything like that. I don't want to do that. All I want to do right now is just ask the political hacks just this once. In 2019, could you give us a break and just let us enjoy entertainment without shoehorning your political agenda into any crack you find? That would be awesome, okay? Of course, Mr. Harriot's agenda is very clear, for he continues, quote, the movie stars Sandra Bullock, who plays a character called White Privilege. Miss Privilege is very sad because she has lived a very hard life. She grew up on a beautiful horse farm with her sister in California, which is just like living in the projects, except that she hated her father. She really doesn't say why she hates her father, but white people always hate one of their parents for some BS reason, like missing their third grade Christmas play or making them clean their room. End quote. Wow. Mr. Harriet is actually creating his own invisible monster here. You know, you can't look at it because he won't allow you to. He'll define what it is. And that's just sad. You know, Harriet could have bothered to take the 20 seconds it takes on YouTube to find out what the monster is in Bird Box. I know because I've spoken to Josh about it, but anybody could know because there's been a video up since 2015.
Younger, when I was like 13 years old, there's a teacher who mentioned that a man would go mad, lose his mind, if he were to attempt to fathom infinity. All right, bear with me. So I went home that night, frightened at the idea, you know, and I went and talked to my mom about it. Like, if I tried to imagine where space ends, am I going to lose my mind? You know, Josh, what are you talking about? Relax, blah, blah, blah. And I really started thinking about it, and it became like a monstrous concept to me, all right? So at some point, I started to think of infinity or something the human mind can't assimilate as a monster, and what if that idea was actually like personified? So on your front porch, infinity is on the porch swing outside swinging.
Now that is a cool idea. So no, Mr. Harriet, it's not about what you say it's about. And for folks who happened onto a Forbes article by Danny D. Placido claiming that this film was about fear of motherhood, no, Danny, it's not about the fear of motherhood. You could have taken the time to look this up as well. So maybe, just maybe, for 2019, we could use this as an example, give some respect to Josh, give some respect to the people who are working diligently to make creative ideas and offer them to people to enjoy, and say, you know what? I'm not going to turn his work into my political tool. That's all we ask. That would be nice for 2019. All we ask is a little respect. Thanks a lot. Hey, listen, thank you so much for sticking with us at MRC TV. And if you're new to us, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit that little button because it will tell you when new videos pop up from MRC TV. For MRC TV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.